Hello and welcome to the Transformation Manager blog. Today we're going to look at logging, so let's begin. Okay, looking at where we were last time, we had a look at doing some lookups for the cost. But if we wanted to log out every time that we processed information, such as every time we process a cost, for instance, then we could log that out to a file. And Transformation Manager behind the scenes uses log4j, so it's all log4j configuration. But firstly, what we need to do is create a new transform between elements in TM called $document and $document. And all this does is a place that's run right at the start of the transform before any of the other transforms are run, and it allows us to initialize certain things. And in this case, we're going to initialize where our logging configuration file is. So to do that, we're going to do a set logging config. And then what we can do is I already have a place that I'm storing my log config, so I can paste that into the $document. And we can have a look at exactly what that contains. So that here is the log4j properties file. And at the moment we've got two files that we're writing out to, main file, alt file, and we just give it some simple setup information that comes pretty much as standard with log4j in that file. Okay, so once we have that, we can switch back to the turbine cost, and we can actually log information out as those costs are getting passed through. So for instance, here we can use one of TM's logging functions. In this case, we'll use loginfo. And what we're going to do is we'll say that the cost processed equals, and then we'll add that, and we'll actually append the cost, and then we can append a little bit more for blade ID, and then if we append the blade ID, so we can start to build up our login information. And then all we need to do is pass in the file that we're going to pass that information out to. So in this case, we'll pass it out to that main file that we defined in our log4j.properties file. And pretty much that's it. That's all that needs to be done in this case. So we can save it and build it. And we can see that's built. We can launch the migrator. We can hit run. We can see that's run successfully. And if I drag this over, we can see that some login information has been put in the main file log. And again, if we have a look at that, there you can see cost processed 50, 500, 300, 1000. For the blade IDs 536, 35, 33, and 34. So we can see that that's logging out every time it's processing that cost. It's actually logging out to the log file. So that shows us the basics of logging. In our next blog, what we'll look at is adding some procedures into here and looking at logging out from those as well. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.